welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGF Collegiate Power Series. And it's the Big East portion of the tournament, and it's the continuation of Week 2 action in our Rocket League. My name is Aman, and I'm joined here by my man, Digital Bacon. Digital Bacon, it has been quite a while since we've seen you on the EGF circuit. How are you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And like you said, last time I was here, there wasn't even a Collegiate League. So, coming on back in, I was expecting tonight when I got the call, like, oh, some high school Rocket League going on. It's like, oh, no, it's Collegiate. And it's like, oh, is it now? So we're up in the ante, are we? And it was oh yeah, I want to get on and do that.
Absolutely. And I mean, for myself, I mean, this is a big occasion for me. Big East is the conference that I ended up growing up with University of Connecticut being my favorite basketball team, and they made it back into the conference very soon, but they're not in the actual bracket this season just yet. You guys see all the 9 teams. That's the bracket before this week started. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to head right into our game. It's going to be Xavier versus DePaul starting off the stream.
Yeah, Xavier over in the blue, DePaul taking up the orange end of the pitch. Kickoff underway, 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see what happens. Rumble, good pass on out to center, but Fella doing great to put that off. And already, straight up, loving this up mine. Tons of aggression. Both these two teams just really going at it. Not allowing each other to really even think. It's all about trying to get stuck right on in. Rumble getting blocked on out. But Oafish, not going to be able to do much. It's just a lot of midfield control going on.
Right, absolutely. And you like to see that at the beginning of games, period. You just like to see aggressiveness. You want to see which team is going to set the tempo for the rest of the game. And you can already kind of see a battle for that. DePaul, they have most of the blue side control. They're just passing it back and forth, forcing out a couple of shots. And there goes the second one on net thus far. McWhiff with a good save. McWhiff having a pretty good couple of weeks. He was able to get himself a couple of star-studded plays up in week 1. But overall, over for DePaul, we're going to be looking for Karma Juni. Karma has been an absolute all-star for this squad and going to be pushing this team potentially to a almost perfect start. Don't really know how they did earlier on in this week, or early on last week. But I do know that DePaul is going to be playing 2 games on stream today, ladies and gentlemen. So DePaul University filling our screens.
Oh, Karma, the man you talked about, just not going to be able to get that pass to. Good blocks out, but Oilfish kind of just allow Karma to step on in. Pressure being applied now by DePaul. Good clearance though. Valor picking this up on the top of his car. Can he get it past? No, can't get the flick on. And here's a quick breakaway. Rumble out to center. Is that going to be followed up? Karma taking it down to ground. Not going to be able to dribble. And that is blocked out by Mushu.
Rumble's ready. He's going to back it up towards backboard. Ophis just wants to lay it on in. Wants to go for the double tap. Rumble once again trying to stuff it in. But it's blocked by McWhiff. Ball's back over to middle. Ofish, he has to redirect from mid. And that's going to be in the control of Xavier. Love this dynamic from Xavier in the back lines. I mean, DePaul, they have a pretty good rotation going on in the midfield, but all of these shots seem to be saved all the time. So just good stuff thus far. Just good fundamental Rocket League thus far. But I want to see some flash. I want to see some goals in net.
Hey, it's only game 1 here up mind. Like, safety is so key. You do not want to give over your game plan straight away. You want to make sure that you keep your cards close to your chest. And, of course, don't make any mistakes. Valor on the ball. Tries to pop that a little bit further forward, but it's a bit too skinny. Karma just with the whiff. And, Rumble just getting onto that Orfish. Taking it down to ground. Keeping the dribble going, but Valor's got an easy clearance there.
Goes over to the wing. McWhiff already with a direct shot, and Rumble's just going to pop it up again. Valor going to keep the play going, going to knock it up towards mid. Mushu in an awkward position, just has to keep it going. Rumble with yet another awkward deflection, but it ends up working out in his favor, so he can at least start off a dribble. And McWhiff all over the field, both defending and attacking. Acting as both enforcer and striker. And with just about less than 2 minutes left, he's been keeping that defensive side of Xavier pretty solid. But look at this, the rotation breaks from Xavier, and a singular opportunity that DePaul gets on that empty net. They're going to strike, and that's going to be Karma Juni with the open net shot with just about 1:40 left in the game.
And a big play there from Oafish. Just, if you notice him going across net to actually get a hit onto McWhiff, it didn't look like a great hit, but it still moved McWhiff away and made it so he couldn't get the follow-up save. Massive play there to allow, near enough, a free open net over to his teammate.
Started from Karma. Gonna try to dribble it out and Rumble all the way in the back. Kind of ready to take that up. But good stuff from McWhiff once again. Oh, Fish, he has to contest that one and almost takes it towards the net. Gonna hit off the post. And Karma Jr. goes for that 50-50. Might just bounce into the net off of that 50-50. And man, oh man. Oh, Fish, he was in such an awkward position off that first interaction, but that kind of butterfly effects over to that 50-50 from Karma, an unbelievable angle. McWhiff simply just could not pinch that one out, and DePaul once again proving that they are a dominant squad in this bracket.
Yeah, and you look at that attempt to get the ball out of your own half there from McWhiff and just keeping that ball way too close to yourself. You've got to try and get a bit of space. And, oh, no. What happened there?
Unfortunate. That was McWhiff going for that 50-50. Rumble, it seems like he's been off his position a little bit too much. He's actually been doing a great job of lurking that attacking side, but when it comes to the defensive side and that rotation to the attacking side, it seems like he's a little bit off position, a little bit out of rhythm with his teammates, and you kind of see a little bit of that in that moment right there. But still, a minute left. DePaul, they could still kind of salvage this W, but let's see if they can hold on, because again, Xavier still attacking McWhiff on the front side, trying to get this past Rumble. Rumble, once again, finding two 50-50, but that leaves his rotation a little bit off, and fighting for that backboard dominance is Xavier. And would you look at that? That's the tie, 2-2.
Such a well-planned attack there. Great reaction from McWhiff turnaround. Being noticed the second man attacking on in from Xavier, Mushu there. You had two men attacking that ball, getting it all set up, and so the last two men in net were split between the two, given so many options, but that is unforgivable.
It's just all snowballing. McWhiff, he has been all over the field. Like I mentioned earlier, this man is going nuts. And I mean, with a pop like that, heading up against the backboard, and with the fact that you had two players from DePaul already on the attacking side off the kickoff, they were going to struggle to get onto that rotation. So Xavier taking perfect advantage of that singular opportunity. And I mean, I think throughout this game, they've had 4 opportunities to score, and all 4 of them have gone into the net. As you guys see, once again, Mushu with a big opportunity to go on net, hits it towards backboard, and just lays it right on in for a goal. Things have snowballed for DePaul, and I mentioned earlier that DePaul was dominant, but man, oh man, has that confidence ran away.
Yeah, and up mind, you've got to look at this. DePaul are playing twice here tonight, so a loss can be very, very hurtful.
Absolutely.
Here in game one, because you don't want that mentality, that sort of morale to carry on over. Good mentality there from Overfish to be able to set up. But Rumble, what are you doing, lad? You've got to get yourself set up. He seems more rustled than rumbled right now, and he's just not keeping a cool head, which he needs to do. That will come down massively in the 60-second break where he's got to get talking to his teammates, and they have got to figure things out now.
Yeah, absolutely. A mental reset is going to come into play for Rumble at least, because it just seems like, you know, one of the many puzzle pieces that needs to be figured out for this DePaul side is going to be the performance and where performance of Rumble and where he's going to fit into this sort of lineup and their dynamic in the backfield. So he has a lot to think about, but that's exactly what this time is meant for. They can take this time, kind of relax a little bit, tell him, hey man, I mean, pick yourself back up. You still have a lot more Rocket League to play, and you know, especially in a long series, in a BO5 series, you're gonna want to, you know, just get yourself a new play style potentially, because I mean, I even said this before, Rumble was doing a great job on the front lines, acting as more of a lurk, but DePaul simply wasn't having those sauces towards the attacking side. They were getting shut down in the midfield, and Rumble has to have a little bit more of a presence in the backfield, and that goes for everyone on the team. They were simply breaking apart on their rotations. They weren't able to follow up, and Xavier, all of their shots that they put on net in the last minute or two, all went into the goal. So good striking from Xavier, and DePaul have to make this comeback now.
They do indeed. It's going to be a tough journey, but this is a best of 5. So you've got a little bit of time. You can sort of give up a game without too much a worry, but you can't, like we saw earlier, see that snowball. You've got to really pick yourself up right now. And if you're DePaul, it's going to be a very explosive first minute. They need to set a tone. They need to set a precedent like they did in game 1. Coming into game 2, 5 more minutes up on that clock. Let's see what these two teams can do. And Overfish already jumping onto that ball. The Merc, of course, A
Right.
very unconventional car. You don't see that too much in Rocket League. And let's just see. It has been known for defenders to use, but so far today, for me, Overfish has been a great key member of attack.
Right, absolutely. And this was also a thing up in week 1 where Oafish, he was going for a lot of very stylish aerials and things of the sort. He was being incredibly aggressive in the midfield and on the front lines, and that's incredibly important, especially with a Merc. That bumping power is going to be a lot more prevalent. And look at that, Karma Juni acting as an assist master, trying to get that ball over all the way over to mid, but Fish couldn't get the ball up in the air, and here comes the counterattack for Xavier once again. A minute in, and we haven't seen that explosive start just yet, but we're seeing glimpses of it for DePaul.
Yeah, oh, good shot on target. 3 defenders pulled on out. A good call. Rumble is up, ready for it. Slows things down, but unfortunately, a little bit too far away from the ball. Allows McWiff to come on in. Karma in the corner, just getting played like a fiddle. Overfish going to be able to rescue that attempt, but what a pinch right there. Mushu and McWiff, that's a massive scramble to the ball, and Rumble right now has got options.
Great pass.
He's got Overfish in center. That's a great pass down.
What a play.
And a fantastic finish. 1-0. DePaul, they've got that explosion they needed.
Finally, and that's a good team play. That's going to raise the confidence of Rumble overall. And Oafish, he was just looking for a goal overall because Karma Juni helping him out. Oafish had multiple opportunities in the first minute, and finally he has a golden opportunity, and he lays it on in the perfect spot up in goal. Not exactly top right bins, but that's a good one. A minute and a half in, and Karma Juni once again attacking the side. Rumble going for a mid-air 50-50, but that's going to go out towards the side of Xavier, and this might just break apart. Oafish getting bumped around, and Karma Juni still trying to help out Mushu towards the backboard. Once again, Valor has to be there, but Oafish, perfect positioning once again, and I'm liking this performance from DePaul, but Xavier, they just haven't backed out.
Yeah, no, Xavier, a massive attack coming out there, and a good choice of where to place that ball from Valor. He's going to be able to chase up on it now. The problem is he's so low on boost. What a hit onto Overfish, though. Moves the man back and tries to allow some breathing room out back in defense. McWiff high into the air. What's an interception? How do you even connect with that? And the boost steal as well to boot. They should lock their opponents on into the own half with so little. You can see Mushu just chasing around, looking like a cat there, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to get the tail on the mouse. And well, that is an attempt just thwarted.
Yeah, nutty. I have no idea how Oafish was able to redirect himself at the last second to at least get a tire on that ball, but there you go. Good stuff. That's that aerial prowess that I mentioned earlier of this man, and he tries to go on a dribble. He beats out 2 players, but couldn't get the last one. And again, yet another passing play from DePaul over to the midfield, over to the attacking blue side. Oafish, 50-50, over to the corner. It's going to go up. Karma Juni is going to be all the way back in the middle, trying to stay disciplined, just trying to go for the boost. And not only that, but delay for his teammates. There goes Rumble once again. Actually deflects off of Mushu, and Valor able to clear, but that's going to be in the control of DePaul. They're setting the tempo for now, but this is where things started to snowball. At this exact time frame, we saw Xavier score a couple of goals. Let's see if DePaul can change the script.
Right now, DePaul are fully in control, though, of mind. And how about that to prove the point right into the upper 90, top right. And Oafish just setting this up with a beautiful little block, but it all comes down to that shot accuracy from Rumble.
Yeah, surely. Valor was in a good position to try to block from essentially any other corner in that goal off the top. But, man, oh, man. Good positioning from Rumble. And again, striker and assist maker. There you go. He's not going to get the credit for the assist, but man, oh man, look at this fight for it. Passes up towards middle. Karma Juni was going to end up shooting that, but a save from Mushu. But what a great team play from DePaul. Unrelenting on the attacking side once again. And all they got to do now is play that good defense. They've, I mean, from what I've seen, they've made some really good adjustments from that midfield. A lot more aggressiveness, but at least they're a little bit more cohesive in a sense. Everyone's acting in terms of 50-50s. Everyone's just, oh man, everyone's still being a little bit more proactive. But for now, Xavier, they would have to pull off a huge comeback to try to make it back in this one. And look at that. That's a rotation broken. A missed shot from Rumble. Okay, a little bit of scrappiness. But just about a minute left. DePaul looking good.
They are definitely indeed. And the big change up right here is Carmagini moving more back into defense. Fish, of course, being a man all about the field. He is just absolutely everywhere. But Rumble has moved away from defense where he's not feeling that comfortable and has moved downfield where he's able to, you know, finish off those shots, set on up Fish. And they're a brilliant little duo right now.
Right, absolutely. And I mean, that's where he's going to be the catalyst. Rumble's not exactly going to be the one striking either. He has great passing potential. He's a great support player on the front lines. And look at that. Like I mentioned, the catalyst. Man starts up the play. Fish passes on in. And Carmagini acted like good old Carmagini. Look at that. Oh, just stalls it right in midair and just lays it on in for a 4th goal for DePaul. And essentially, the dagger in the hearts of Xavier, at least in this game, because DePaul is going to be taking this one 1-1.
I mean, rightfully so. Karma right there was feeling a little bit left out. Good save on the line. Those can be very difficult to read. But you can see already that Xavier are starting to change up how they play. They're trying to go for a lot more space, contact with their 50-50s, and then big bounces straight off. It's a bold move. It's going to be less controlled, less closer to your chest, but it should also be a safer game. The only problem they've still got is those double commits.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's going to be a point of discussion going forward in terms of discipline from this Xavier side, but DePaul doing a pretty good job, to say the absolute least. And I mean, this is kind of what we wanted to see from DePaul. I mean, if you're not going to give Xavier opportunities to strike, they're not going to get goals, correct? The defense is the best offense, and that's exactly what we saw from DePaul. It literally not allowing that blue side to cross over to the orange. And DePaul taking full advantage of the attacking side. Like I mentioned, Rumble was a lot more proactive in that game. He was actually getting his passes in, actually getting the dribbles in over to the other side of the field, and that's what you like to see. And at this point, Xavier, you know, you mentioned it's going to be a lot more contact. It's going to be a lot more disciplined. And hopefully we can see a better Xavier side going forward, because DePaul striking like absolute madmen.
Well, really, what more could you ask for from DePaul there? They did everything that they needed. And I've just got into a lobby with no one else in it. That is really odd. Sorry.
Happens.
Yeah. Like,
It's
the
all
server
good.
was still up, just everyone got kicked out. Sometimes, like, Rocket League's weird and wonderful at times. Yeah, the server did go down for maintenance. We are having to quickly get a new one set on up. Upminders right onto that guys at home. And this will be an interesting one, because generally when you do see a somewhat prolonged break within Rocket League, when you get back on into it, like, you can cool off a little bit, can't you, Upmind? You've got to be careful about that, especially DePaul right now. When they've got everything worked out, they cannot fall back. They've got to keep that aggression up, because that is really where Xavier are struggling against. And, of course, they can't forget about their defense. They've got to keep such great synergy.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just a momentum going in their favor. That's just, you know, kind of the mental game coming into Rocket League. And, I mean, you see a lot of teams that you know, they maybe sprinkle in a little bit of a personal play in the mix, you know, the good old ideology of BM in a sense. But these two are you know, well mannered, and at this point it's just going to come down to the play on the field. And what I'm saying is just beautiful Rocket League coming out from both sides. I want to see a little bit more from Xavier. We didn't exactly see any highlights from them in that second game, so let's see if they can pull out some more magic, because, ladies and gents, we're in our third game.
Yeah, game 3 underway. Already 30 seconds gone by, and you can see both teams really pushing each other. Xavier, again, using that spacing, making sure they're a bit safer. They'll struggle with their attacks if they keep up. Fish can't chase on, and Karma doing great to stick on back. They can see the adjustments coming on in from Xavier and are adjusting themselves accordingly.
Comes Valor, trying to be a little bit more proactive on the attacking side. We've seen mostly McWhiff be sort of the front man, be the first point of contact for this ball on the front side, but he's going to need a little bit more help, that's for sure. Valor, once again, starting it off. McWhiff finding a double commit, and instead it's going to be Mushu knocking it on back. There's a big opportunity. He has to pop it up. Rumble, though, going to be able to lay it on in over to mid, and the rest of his teammates able to reset, and a big clear from him, too. Good work from both sides. Xavier had their first legitimate opportunity. Now DePaul, they might do the exact same. Ball's gonna hit off backboard. Mushu with a good clear. Valor just kind of has to stand there awkwardly because just has to get that deflection in, and otherwise both teams yet to get the ball on net.
Yeah, coming up to the 2-minute mark, Mushu tries to put that on weak, and you can see the ideas starting to form, but they're bold, they're risky, and right now, I prefer to see these two teams comfortable. Not going to be able to get that second touch, and it will be DePaul on the attack. Brilliant setup there from Rumble, who comes off the ceiling. Second touch coming on in for Karma, and Ofish not able to read that. But the great thing to DePaul right now is Xavier have no boost. They're having to struggle. They're keeping great position right here up mind, but notice that they won't be able to hold on to it.
Oh, not at all. Mushu has to fight that alone. He has 0 boost up in the 50-50 against Karma. And Karma, he does have a little bit of boost. Same thing with his teammate Rumble. What a great passing play from Rumble. Mid-air, just deflecting that, kind of laying it on in towards the goal. Karma does fight some contention, and here we go again. Counterattack from Xavier. Rumble's going to be able to start it up, but no, he has no boost to work with. Just has to face on that 50-50 and just hope that his teammates can be ready for the counter.
And are they going to be ready? Because there is an attack, a counter coming out right now.
Wow.
Karma drops it on down, and that just looks oh so easy for him.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, just like a little bit of volleyball action. Karma sets him up. Ofish goes for the set. And then there goes Karma with the spike. He'll like to see that because, man, DePaul looking real good on that front end. And Xavier, they've been thwarting off a lot of plays in this game thus far, but something just seems to be off on their attacking side, and I just can't get my kind of finger on it just yet.
It's closeness. They're just not close enough to each other. In the first game, you'd see a lot of shadows and a lot of lingering about in the box. How about this to bring that arm back? It's almost nostalgic right now. 1.4 left. It's one apiece.
Well, you're right. A clone of that first game. This is where things started to snowball for Xavier. Now they tie it up 1-1. They don't exactly have to fight that deficit, so now it's just an all-out war to see who can get that all-important lead. Because, again, DePaul, maybe in another dimension or, you know, some other favorable situation, they would be 2-0 up at the moment, but Xavier has a golden opportunity now to get themselves a big lead in this set. And McWiff, a player that has been incredibly proactive for this Xavier side, acts as enforcer once again. Gets that ball on net, and that's going to be Xavier up 2-1.
Yeah, advantage Xavier really stepping on up to the plate now. Not going to allow their faults in game number 2 to continue, but look at that from Karma. Not going to be able to get the shot accuracy on Valor. Thought that was going to stick a little bit closer to the wall. Does get called off, and this is a nice pass set up for Valor. The hammer of a hit. Not good enough. Karma's safely in net, and you can see right now calmness is going to be so crucial. One mistake could cost either side right now. And with the ball being stuck down into the blue corner, you're going to notice it's going to be difficult to get it out.
Right, you see a little bit of hesitation from some of the Xavier players up on defense, purely because they know, I mean, small mistakes lead into their ultimate demise, and you see that once again, a double commit up in the center. That's going to leave it off to Rumble. Rumble, fortunately, just wasn't able to get powerful enough pass over to the middle. But look at this. Rumble flying in once again. Man, acting on that front end. And here comes Mushu. Pass over to McWiff. McWiff misspaces it. It's still going to be Valor. He wants to play out time. That's all they need to do now. Just crunch off time off the clock.
Yeah, just keep them at arm's length. That's all you've got to do right now. And well, you'll do your university, your college proud. Sorry, in the UK we call them universities, you know?
University, yeah, no, absolutely. Xavier University. You're right. But this is going to be it. Ofish not going to be able to keep the ball up in the air. And would you look at that once again with 2 minutes left in the game, a repeat of game 1, Xavier able to clutch it on up and tie this one up, or not tie, actually take the lead in the set.
Yeah,
2-1.
2-1. Big result coming on out there. Maybe not as arguably convincing as what Xavier would want, but considering the case, you know, to get a win once again, puts them on match point. And like we said, that's all that really matters, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Right.
Up mind, just win the game. Don't matter how you do it. Don't matter if it's a scrappy game, as long as you come out with the results.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I mean, that's what we're seeing from DePaul. DePaul has really good fundamental Rocket League at the moment, especially on that front end of the field. But, again, Xavier, just pretty good work at the moment. Just that mental fortitude, man. I'm liking it. I'm liking it from them. Just seems like they're staying consistent. But man, oh man. I mean, I was saying earlier, like, they were missing something in the front end, but it looks like that was just me wishing for some, you know, flashy plays, because it doesn't look like we're going to get it. Just good Rocket League thus far from both sides. And Xavier, they find themselves on the front bell curve of this squad, and there you go. Yet another game on the board, ladies and gents. It's game 4.
Is indeed, in the pool right now need to pull up their socks and get the job done. You can already see tons of attack coming out, but not a second man. Rumble is in there. Not going to be able to get the touch. It's a flyby for him. Mushi with great dribble and a great 50-50. Get the ball the whole way down the field, and now expect Xavier to try and lock down that midfield line. Pull-ups coming on through. McWiff does get the 50-50. Ofish, good clearance, trying to get that on out. McWiff can't really do much with it, but it's all stalling time, allowing teammates to get back into defense, and Valor doing exactly that himself, allowing teammates to clear out every single exit route there is. Make sure that that ball is locked down.
First attacking play thus far from DePaul. Rumble trying to contest Mushu up in the air, but Mushu clears it out left. Karma Juni once again. It's going to be blasted over to the other wing. Rumble's not going to be ready for it. Misspaces it, mistimes it, and he actually knocks it back. Perfect setup for Mushu. And Karma Juni has to come in flying with that mid-air 50-50. Rumble clears. Players are going to be able to recollect that boost. Things are intense for DePaul.
Good attempt at the 50-50. Mushu picking this on up. Does have McWiff behind. Looking for the shadow play, but it's not going to come on out. Risky clearance, but Valor cleans it up. Sometimes you just need a man with a mop and bucket to do his job, and Valor's been doing that all night long.
Here comes a counterattack. Xavier still keeping it on with Valor. Valor wants to hit it off the backboard. Gonna knock it up towards middle. But Ofish back once again. DePaul a little bit more hesitant, a little bit less confident in terms of attack. They want to make sure that these defensive opportunities are not going to get thwarted or anything of the sort. And the ball just keeps on going through, and they're not breaking that rotation. Great change from them in comparison to game 3.
Indeed, it is still coming down to... Oh, no. Xavier being granted a goal from the heavens or something right here, because
Rumble. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Rumble, he didn't even get bumped out. So what? That's one that you just got to go look back through the replay of this, because we have no answers what on earth he was doing. So he had just landed but was off center.
Right. He landed on in, and it just so happened to be that he was just on the wrong angle. And but Rumble trying to redeem himself there. Real close to yet another shot. But there goes the clear. Rumble has to clear. He has no boost. Instead, it's going to be Ofish just trying to play the ball forward. Rumble still no boost, and he's still keeping the ball forward.
He is safe. He's just trying to keep that pressure, keep that presence.
Wow!
There, and it will pay off.
Well, there you go. He does redeem himself. He just efforts his way in, and Karma Juni knocks it up towards middle, and Ofish, an aerial ace with the Merc, if anything. And man, oh man, that's a 1-to-1. Hey, this is the time frame. Just about 2 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get your elbows out and just force your way on in. Rumble not going to be able to force that one into the net. Good attempt, however. Nice block coming out, and Karma going to be able to reach that one. Ofish tries his darndest. McWiff out to center, but you can see right now it's getting a little bit scrambly for the ball.
Here goes Karma, gonna knock it. Ooh, he tried to go for the corner, but that's a big mistake, a rare mistake from Karma Juni. He tried to go for the corner bump, but instead it hits a pixel too off to the left. And Mushu, he's able to get the easy lay-in, and Xavier up 2-1.
Well, for Xavier, this is the timeline they wanted. They're looking at this, licking their lips, ready.
Unbelievable
for the
shot.
Win. Oh, what a save, though. Sometimes, yeah, the attack can be good, but you got to appreciate the defense all the same. Well, defense is going to have to come in strong for Valor. Good save, puts it out wide. You're going to see McWiff chase up. He's got to get the clearance. He's got the boost to chase on, but not the pass. Mushu just not able to get there in time.
Super close, but here comes a counterattack. Valor tries to shut it off early, but McWiff called him for it. He was just like, hey, I'm all the way back. You can go for it. And now Mushu in the back lines. Valor comes in swinging, potentially saving this team from tying up the game. And here we go again. DePaul has to fight for that front end once again because Xavier, they've just had so much possession of this ball, at least on the front end and over to midfield. And DePaul simply hasn't been able to crack through that glass ceiling known as the midfield. But here we go again.
They have not, like you said, here we go once again, up and over Ofish. But look, Thomas on that. Rumble, lingering about downfield, not able to get the follow-up touch. Kamajini will be able to slow that down, but they've got to be ready for this counter. It is throwing everything out the window right now into an attack because they only have one last attempt, and the problem is they're just throwing that away. They're trying to run before they can walk, and they're stumbling.
Ball is up. What a bump from McWiff. Ofish has to go up for it. Rumble's in the front end. That was a demo. There goes Karma. Has to bump it off back. Oh, no, Rumble. He can't get it up in the air. And ladies and gentlemen, DePaul fought for that game valiantly, but fundamental Rocket League is what's gonna win you this game. DePaul, they looked like an incredibly impressive team, but unfortunately, or fortunately, if you're a fan of Xavier University, ladies and gentlemen, Xavier is gonna be winning this set 3-1.
They are indeed. Well, a big matchup, none the same. And for my introductory cast here, Upmind, I loved every single moment of it as Xavier's X-Men were able to save the day when all looked dark, all looked bleak there in game number 2, 4-0. Everyone questioning how on earth do you come back from that, and it is just through sheer grit and determination. They take the next 2, take it in 4, and well, DePaul right now, they have, well, you can argue a glimmer of hope as they could try and redeem themselves in the next series up against Marquette.
Right.
But for me, I'm looking at that now rather quite scared, and I'm sure Marquette are looking at it going, we can do this.
Oh, yeah, no, they're licking their lips. Marquette, one of the better teams in this league thus far. They've kind of shown their prowess in terms of Rocket League, and man, oh man, they've already shown up in the top 4 of the bracket, and I mean that's exactly where they need to be. Top 4 at the end of the season, make it on into playoffs. And Marquette, they want to cement their position. DePaul and Xavier, the 2 teams that you guys just watched, are 2 heavy candidates for those top 4 spots. They're going to be fighting for at least top 5. And the fact that we got to see this very early, the fact that we got to see such a close game, even though on paper, of course, it was a 3-1, but it was just incredibly back and forth. Seems like mental seemed to be the issue, but as the season progresses, things can start to change. Maybe the lineup starts to change, or, of course, play styles, strategies, things like that. DePaul, unfortunately, they're not going to have that time to change things up too quick because, again, ladies and gentlemen, just as my man Digital Bacon just mentioned, we're going to have yet another game on stream, and it's DePaul University versus Marquette University up next, and we're going to have that up to you guys in, just a couple of minutes, just a couple of moments. My name is Upmind, joined here by Digital Bacon. You can follow me at Upmind_ on Twitter, and you can follow Digital Bacon at Digital Bacon, I think it's like Digital Bacon 1 or something? 1, yes. At Digital Bacon 1 on Twitter. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with some more EGF Collegiate Power Series. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in back into the EGF Collegiate Power Series. And yes, it's the continuation of Week 2 of Big East action. And we got ourselves DePaul's Game 2 on stream. It's DePaul University versus Marquette University. My name's Upmind. I'm joined here by my man, Digital Bacon. Digital Bacon, what did we see in that first game between DePaul and Xavier University?
Well, straight away, we saw a fantastic 4-game series. DePaul coming in somewhat, well, just real strong there in game 1, and then dropping off way too much. Xavier bringing back 4 goals in the span of 2 minutes. Then, of course, game 2, after a little bit of a break, DePaul bring it back strong, fix their mistakes, but game 3 and 4 just could not get that same power. They've got to do this now, though. DePaul, after quite a heavy 3-1 loss, are looking to right all wrongs. And Marquette, well, they want this to be a 3-0, don't they?
Absolutely. Marquette, admittedly, a well-oiled squad, an absolute unit of a lineup. And, these guys are aiming for playoffs, and they're aiming for glory at the end of the season. And they're looking for a statement W, because DePaul took it pretty close in that first one. And in this next one, they're trying to make things dominate. They're trying to shut down this DePaul side, and they already started off right. Ops sends it off over to mid, and unfortunately, Karma Juni wasn't able to get a full shot on it, and Ops just forced it out, O-Fish, towards the goal. So within 30 seconds, Marquette already in the lead.
Yeah, for Marquette, anything less than perfection will not do. It's looking good so far, and like I said, that 3-0. Anything less than that, and, well, they'll be kicking themselves. That's how highly they class themselves as players on the pitch, and a good opening goal to prove just that. I'm liking these maneuvers coming out from DePaul, but oops.
Ooh!
Oh, the demo from Nito Burrito just making that so darn free. Damn.
Beautiful. And Ops just crosses up a dude, and like you mentioned, Nito Burrito is forcing his way through, and yeah, this is kind of what I hyped up a little bit. Marquette and an attacking beast on the field in the past couple of weeks, and I mean they don't seem like they're gonna stop anytime soon. DePaul, if they had some struggles in that first game or in that first set, they would have to turn things up to 1,000,000 to try to make their way through. But hey, sometimes it's a little stroke of luck that you're just gonna need to make your way through, because O-Fish lays it on in towards mid, and JFG and Nito Burrito, miscommunication between the two. None of them end up going for the ball, and DePaul, they get one back. The deficit's cut in half.
Oh yeah, just straight up there, Nito Burrito with a slight little whiff, and understandable from the angle he's going through. And JFG having full trust in his teammate, which we have to say is not a bad thing at all.
Ooh! Oh. Karma, the switch up at the very end. You like to see that?
Yeah, I'm loving it, definitely. Oh, but look at that. O-Fish not going to be able to reach it. Karma does keep control of this ball, keeping it close, but Nito Burrito just making sure to tuck that way off to the side, and you'll notice these pull-up hips. Orps there is making sure that ball gets downfield. Look at the JFG, but JFG doesn't want to force any issues. They're looking to gain ground control right now.
Yeah, kind of forced to pull off their line, maybe. You know, some hidden veil. Let's see what they can actually pull off, though. Oh, good pass. JFG can start off the wall. He flicks it up, just looking for the dragon. And not gonna be able to find anything. And here comes a play. Karma just trying to dribble it on in, off the pass from Rumble, and O-Fish again tries to lay it in. Oh, lay it in towards the middle. the shot. DePaul's back in it. That's a 2-2.
Big play coming out there. Ofish not going to be able to get that finishing touch, and the defense was all put on that original hit. So when the whiff comes on through, it's an easy follow-up by the second man. Equalizer goal. Sets this rather point nicely to all position, and DePaul, they look like they've got confidence now here up 9.
Yeah, absolutely, and Karma Jr., he fights off 2 straight 50-50. Oh, love that from Karma. He goes for the bump mid-wall onto Nito Burrito. Nito Burrito, he aerials his way out of it, but Karma's going a little nuts, but his confidence destroyed. Split in half by JFG as he breaks apart this defense, goes up. Karma miscalculates the jump, and JFG just keeps things real disciplined, keeps things relatively normal. 3-2 for Marquette.
What a response. As soon as the Pools start getting back on in, just absolutely getting schooled like that. JFG getting his first goal of the series and looking good whilst doing that. Defense, though, has been where he's mainly been at, so we'll have to see how he follows out. No one in net, but Rumble will follow that one up.
There goes Rumble again, 50-50. JFG just trying to follow, and he even tried to get a second tap mid-air, but Karma Jr. drags it on out. Ops doing a good job. Ofish keeping the ball rolling, but DePaul not able to break through in Rumble. Don't know if that was a bail because the ball was offline, but worked out in his favor anyways because DePaul able to kind of recollect towards mid. In comes the ball. JFG bumps Karma, but he's still able to redirect himself mid-air. There goes the pass. Rumble with a clear. Karma has to clear again, but instead it's going to be in the control of Ofish, and there you go. DePaul thwarts off yet another Marquette attack.
But DePaul, when they get these counters going, they're too quick to try and run the ball downfield. They need to look to gain control. Their opponents, Marquette, are just too darn fast to get back into defense. So all they're doing is just throwing the ball towards the net, which might sound like a great idea because you're trying to get that pop shot off. But there's always the defender there that's going to be able to clean it up and send the ball back in. Oh, that's off the ceiling. In your goal. And a 3-goal accolade, otherwise known as the hat-trick for Orcs.
There you go. Have yourself a good one, Ops. Blasting these goals in so far, and now Marquette, with just about a minute left. I mean, they're not exactly going to park the bus or anything of the sort. They're not exactly a team to do so, but it's not going to be too hard for them going towards the very end of this one. But let's see if maybe DePaul can pull some magic, because I mean we've seen some late minute goals from DePaul, but we simply, I mean, in that first set at least that we ended up watching, it seemed like most of their spirit went away in the last minute or two of the game. So just seeing this lead from Marquette is already disheartening for DePaul.
Yeah, and that's going to be a very interesting point to touch on and see how they grow throughout the season, purely because they come out so explosive.
Absolutely.
They're great at starting games off. But is it just a case of they're a little bit too predictable? Do their opponents always figure them out? Or is it just they do sort of run out of energy? Big questions being put on up. And, well, DePaul are going to be left with 60 seconds to answer a few questions themselves. As 4-2 is feeling eerily close to game 1 of the previous series.
Yeah, no, they definitely want to just, you know, kind of restructure at this point, because I mean DePaul, they played pretty good in that game. It's just that Marquette being, you know, absolute madmen on that front end and breaking through the rotation almost the entire time was kind of their catalyst to the W. But looking back on some of the DePaul, on at least the second goal from Ofish, it seems like high tempo is going to win, or at least is going to help them win out some of these games, because Marquette simply, they don't exactly go all in over to the attacking side, but I would like to say maybe 80% of their chips, 75% of their chips is put in towards that attacking side. So maybe if DePaul can set up their rotation to at least get themselves some sort of quick counterattack, that might be able to sneak themselves a goal or two going into game 2. But for now, Marquette sitting pretty.
The problem is, though, that if they start to put more focus into defense right now, DePaul, that power of their attack is going to drop away a little bit. So they've got to balance it ever so well, and it's going to be hard to pull off. Maybe instead they just got to change up their play styles, but then you move on into an area of uncomfortability, and that's a whole nother can of worms. So we get into game number 2. DePaul looking for redemption right now, and that's harsh attack coming straight out the gates.
Yeah, absolutely, but Rumble, actually with a change of cars, maybe that could kind of reset tempo for them. I'd actually like to see, did O-Fish change?
No, he's still on the mark.
No, he still is. Oh, no. Oh, no. Shades of game 1 once again, but this time it's Ops doing the bumping. Look at that. Ops.
Double.
I mean, literally just acting like the Op from Counter-Strike, my friend, because man, oh man, this man's sniping cars left and right midair.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of those because it's so easy to keep your eye on the ball, but sometimes if the player smells a little bit of blood in the water, you know they're gonna go for it, and well, JFG just saw this one lingering beautifully, and he's gonna pick that.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, this is what you wanted to see DePaul do at the beginning of these games, because, I mean, it just seems like they have to work 10 times harder to get themselves even a single goal on net, and to just see DePaul explode 30 seconds into this game with 2 goals, that's already incredibly disheartening for these guys.
It is indeed. Nito Burrito, what a bounce out, what a 50-50 from Rumble, though. Oops.
Oh, okay, Rumble.
Demoed out Rumble, living up to his name. Karma, want to get that towards center, but Nito Burrito keeping nice and calm. Finds a way out, finds Orps as well. Orps in the corner looking for the pass back, but a little bit too skinny. And Rumble, what is angered this boy? Because he is just aching names.
He's flustered. Like you mentioned, living up to his name. And man, oh man, there you go. Rumble. That's what you like to see, my friend. Getting yourself a couple of dubs. Puts up the ball towards the air, and just a cheeky little chip over the last defender. And yes, sir. Rumble back in this one. And DePaul not exactly tying this game up just yet. But that's at least a start.
Massive turnaround, but look at this aggression coming out. JFG not going to be able to put it away, and Karma being by Orps. Orps trying to get the back pass, and it's a great idea, but the problem is no teammate ready to pick it up. Rumble being a massive nuisance, but again, Karma not ready for that. Wanting the pass, but O-Fish wanting to stick back. They're stuck right now to Paul in an idea of, do I get into the attack? Do I get into defense? They've got to be on the same page. They cannot just be, well, quite frankly, demoing off on their own, because it leaves their teammates out to dry. They've got to try and really knock their heads together.
Right, absolutely. And I mean, this is something that we mentioned in set 1 with Rumble's positioning, or his just his role on the team. It seems like he wants to be a little bit more proactive on the attacking side, and he's going to need a lot more of that great shot from Karma Jr., a double commit save coming in from Marquette. But yeah, no, Rumble, he wants to be more proactive on that attacking side. We've seen great passes from him thus far, and hell, he was getting a couple of demos on the attacking side earlier. It's just that his teammates and somehow Rumble has to contribute for that ball to actually, you know, come back to the attacking side, because Marquette, beautiful on defense thus far, and their rotations are even better.
Well, look at DePaul, though. Karma has picked up a very similar style to Rumble. Whiffs coming on out, and that was a surefire attempt at a goal. Nice pop up and over. Karma does keep that away pass downfield. Neo not going to be able to get onto that. And JFG, that's a beautiful little set. But where's the follow-up? Where is the second man to pop that away? Too darn slow. And that's an opportunity gone to waste.
Seems like a lack of boost, or maybe miscommunication from the squad, but whatever it is, DePaul is going to have to take this one all the way to the bank, because man, oh man, 1:45 left in this game. They're the ones that have to act near the end. They have to act clutch, and simply we haven't seen any clutch performances from them thus far, so let's see what happens. Rumble stepping up, but oh, he misses out on his opportunity. Ball goes all the way back. Nito Burrito off the backboard. It's going to be thwarted by O-Fish, and ball is still going. O-Fish doesn't have boost, though, so he can't contest that midair. Ball is popped up forward, and Marquette, once again, with control of this ball.
Problem is, this is only a matter of time until Marquette get a goal. They've got control of the midfield. They've got control of the boost. You look at DePaul, they right now only have one of their own 100s. They're not getting anything else. They're having to be so conservative with their boost. They can't just run out of net, and you can see it's a barrage of shots from Marquette, not allowing DePaul out of their own half, and they are making it hurt. Like I said, it feels like it's only a matter of time here up.
Yep. Time has run. Yep. Time has ran out, apparently, for DePaul, because, man, again, they just got barraged for a minute solid there at the end, and finally something cracks on through O-Fish. He just didn't have the momentum to get that ball away, and Marquette repeatedly attacking that front end, and they're finally going to collect themselves a third goal, and it's not exactly over just yet, but DePaul, they've been having to work so hard for these goals, and they just simply can't crack on through again.
Yeah, Marquette turned into a very clever play style of Rocket League. Not going for all that mechanical prowess that they were earlier on, but instead thinking that, you know what, we've got to play this by the book, by rotations, and here, rotations just missing on out in defense. JFG going to get a goal with what was a beautiful little breakaway.
Right, love that from JFG, but Nito Burrito, it was his pressure that ended up kind of knocking away Karma Juni, and I mean, just the angle that Nito Burrito was forcing Karma to, it was just such an off angle that he just couldn't knock the ball anywhere else. Beautiful work from Marquette, and I mean, that's just that mental stuff, man. That's just the prowess of this team showing up. Good discipline overall. Marquette striking when they need to, and DePaul simply just doesn't have any counters for him. That's a 2-0 for Marquette University.
That is it. Marquette looking to keep this streak going. If I look back over, last week here, and, well, they didn't take a single loss. And I'm not talking about a series. I'm talking about in games here,
right.
Up mind.
Yeah.
Like, if they can keep that streak going and go into game 3 with, week 3 into what would be their, I'm just quickly counting it on out, their 4th series in week 3 with no losses at all, that's just going to get into your opponent's heads.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And DePaul, their game week 1, it was a very close 3-2. So not exactly dominant either, but they've had time to kind of readjust. And I think this week might be one of the toughest weeks that they've had thus far in their schedule. So realistically, it's only going to be up from here, but it's not exactly over just yet. Maybe they can steal away a game or two, just keep that win-loss differential up. But Marquette seems like they have their number.
Yeah, and great attack coming straight out of the gates from Marquette. A little bit of an interesting touch coming on out there from JFG as he's wanted to put pressure on, but is instead just running into his opponents. And you can see right now that DePaul are getting right on in. They're getting physical. They're making sure to get into their opponent's grills, and it's a good idea. Mixes things up a little bit. Rumble into the corner. Not going to be able to follow this around, but you notice Marquette's response right now is to get a little bit more spaced out. It will disallow that style of just charging bullishly into their opponents.
Good work again. DePaul able to keep that defense strong, at least for the little beginning, but here we go. Pass up from Ops. It's going to be knocked away from Rumble. Going to be yet another contest here, but JFG actually stays all the way back in anticipation from a shot from O-Fish, and he's just able to get the quick clear. And yeah, Marquette just playing with their food at the moment. They're not exactly going as aggressive as before, because now DePaul, they do have a little bit more wiggle room, just a little bit more. But overall,
the difference is there that I'm not going to say it's playing with their food. It's instead Marquette having full respect for their opponents, and that's the difference between good players and great players, and the same with teams. Right now, they've seen these adjustments from DePaul, and they're going, okay, we can't just have full confidence because we're 2-0 up in the series. Instead, let's see what DePaul do. We're going to let them play their game style and wait to see if there's any cracks in that defense. And you can see right now they're starting to get a few things downfield, but they're making sure to stay safe.
Wow,
and
Rumble!
block.
What a save from Ops, and here comes Rumble again. Ops not able to repeat that success, and Rumble, he's not gonna get denied twice in a row. You'll like to see that. And there you go,
Good.
DePaul in the lead for the first time in the set.
It is indeed, and we'll have to see right now, because the most interesting thing will be how Marquette responds, you know, because where they've been playing very calm, very relaxed for the last, well, nearly 2.5 minutes, this is when they've got to turn it up, and I'm wondering if DePaul have got a strategy ready for that, because what a pass and play! Damn!
My lord, Nito Burrito just knocks it on in, lays it on in towards center, and Ops. That rotation from DePaul was a little bit too rough there. All of their players committed to that attacking side, and I mean, yes, committed at that moment. They were about to go on the rotation, but somehow Nito Burrito was able to convert that opportunity into a quick counterattack. What a beautiful play from Marquette in that. And man, DePaul, I mean, they had a lead, and it might just be squandered in a couple of seconds, because here we go again. Ball is forward. JFG, Nito Burrito passing it back and forth. Ops doing the exact thing. Oh, there you go. Thwarted. A little bit of momentum gone, but man, oh man, Marquette turning up the Jets again.
They are indeed attack after attack. They just keep hammering against this brick wall, and they're just waiting for that crack to form. That's when they'll bust on through. Good idea on these 50-50s coming on out by DePaul. But again, they've got to have the boost to be able to follow up on that. So their normal mindset of how to break their opponents is not applicable here, because they do not have the utility. They do not have the tools. They do not have the boost to be able to get these counters going.
Oh, Marquette yet another opportunity, but things are tied. Here comes Karma Juni wanting to set things up over to the wing, but I love this coverage from Marquette, just especially in the wings throughout the past little game, because I mean that's pretty much how DePaul have been trying to set up literally every play from them thus far, just trying to set it up over to the wall, trying to set up kind of a wall boost or a wall flip. But Marquette thwarting those off, you know, kind of nipping those in the bud, getting aggressive before they could even start up that play. So good stuff for them thus far. But again, 1 minute left. DePaul, they've been a little bit more disciplined. Like you mentioned, that respect coming in. They haven't been as aggressive as they wanted to be, but this is their biggest opportunity. Karma has to go forward. He gets demoed. O-Fish has to contest, but it's not going to happen. Rumble now on the ball, trying to cover, allowing his teammate to rotate in, and here it comes again. Rumble wants to pinch it in, but with 35 seconds left, DePaul, they want to sneak away, at least one game away from Marquette.
They do indeed. So far, that's seemingly a massive accolade just to do on its own, let alone take a whole series. Well, DePaul have got that daunting task. It is even Stevens right now. Karma on the ball. Good pass on up.
What a pass! What a shot!
What a play.
What a setup. O-Fish, he was going for the demo, going for a boost, and oh, he skirts on in. Turns the corner, and he gets the shot immediately on goal. And with 15 seconds left, Marquette might be looking at their first loss. You know, I don't know if they lost earlier this week, but man, oh man, looking at least the first loss in the series. And there it is. That's it. Nail in the coffin. Unbelievable. O-Fish lays it on in. Karma Juni's going to be ready in that 50-50 mid-air against Nito Burrito. And DePaul, where has this been all of this set? 10 seconds left, and this one's pretty much over.
It is indeed, because, quite frankly, 2 kickoff goals are way too far and few. You know, it requires a blue moon, and it will be the Blue DePaul side taking game number 3. It's a glimmer of hope right now. Like, that's all we can say. They've got the first step put down, their foot in front of the other, but they've still got to walk for miles.
Right. So at least they're foot in the door, in a sense, but they'd somehow, I mean, Marquette, it feels like they were a little bit you know, a little bit more off in that game in terms of defense. When I mean off position, off kilter. They were a little bit more disciplined, especially near the end where Marquette would have been incredibly aggressive. We saw in the last, I think, 40 seconds, maybe just a minute from Marquette, there were two players almost all the time in that goal just trying to throw it off a pass, and that's really just Marquette trying to set up counterattacks, and that's what they were really relying on throughout the entire Game 3. But in the end, DePaul, they broke through for the first time in this set. They broke through that counterattack playstyle of Marquette and ended up giving them 2 goals at the very end. And that's what you like to see if you're a DePaul University fan, because, ladies and gentlemen, we still have more Rocket League for you guys in this stream. Here we go.
Yeah, we're going to be getting underway with Game 4. That's where we ended up last time at DePaul's defeat, and they're going to be wanting to take it further. They don't want flashbacks. They don't want deja vu. They want victory. And they have got to look for Game 2 under their belts. JFG, though. Oh, let's just call them dismantle dreams right now.
Yeah, it's got to be. But, I mean, hey, DePaul, they were able to keep things clean in the first 2 minutes last game. But they faced on a 2-0 start in Game 2. They were still able to at least chip away from that. So I'm not going to doubt the mental fortitude of this blue side just yet.
Well, let's just have a quick little look at this, a little breather. Because all this pressure that Marquette are pulling on out is incredible. You notice that they've gone back now that they've got that first goal. So that more steady, hold down that midfield style. But this pressure coming out by their opponents in DePaul is also equally good. The difference just comes down for me here, up mine, that Marquette with the angles they can pull off is the difference maker.
Yeah, it has to be. Has to be. And I mean, that's what I meant earlier from the pressure over on the wing. It's not only good for their defense, at least over to midfield, but I mean, I just really love the fact that they kind of funnel DePaul over to the middle, because most of their attacks over to the wings, it's just not working thus far, except right there. I mean, that might be a little bit of Caster's Curse. Good stuff from Rumble. But most of their attempts over to the wall, it's just not working. So they're kind of enforcing, they're conditioning DePaul to attack from that center, to funnel them over to center. And again, Marquette just trying to execute on that for now, because here comes Nito Burrito once again. Trying to start things up, but it just doesn't happen. They're still in the lead, however. It's 1-0.
It is still 1-0, and it's been a somewhat really shaky last minute. I'm going to put it on down by Marquette. You'll notice these double commits coming on out, and that's worrying for me, because they should be relatively comfortable. They should be looking to just control this game and make sure to hold on to that 1-0 lead. Look for that second, but don't try and force it. Clearances like that, where it's just handed on over, wait for your opponents to pick it on up, shows that they are not confident with what they can do going forward.
Right, and you sort of mentioned this earlier, where, you know, that in that first game, you remember the JFG whiff, where he trusted his teammate, he trusted Nito Burrito, but it just didn't happen. That pass just didn't happen, period. It might be a little bit of that coming in a sense. It might be just that their rotation isn't exactly too comfortable with each other at the moment, so they just have awkward positions such as that one. Wow. Rumble putting them in such an awkward position. Even Karma was a little bit shocked. He's just like, all right, I was about to go up for the ball. Let me just go on back down, head on to Mother Earth. And he comes back up in the air, and he collects a goal for DePaul. And yeah, no, Marquette, they certainly do have a couple of things to work on over in the defensive side, and hopefully that gets finished quick, because DePaul, they might be some bad news bears for this Marquette side soon.
Could be indeed, but what I personally love to see right now is Marquette just sort of forget about defense, focus on that attack, because that's where they're so good. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to finish that off, but Orps holding on to that midfield. Rumble back to the fast four-wheel. Not looking too bad in it as well in this game. It didn't look great in the first series. I mean, he swapped off to Dominus thinking that it was like, you know, a bad luck charm, but he's come on back now. And so far, it's been doing good for him.
so far. He's been a great support player for this squad overall. But let's see if he can continue that, because again, I was kind of impressed with his play with the other car, but looks like a little bit more speed on his hands, a little bit more agility might be helping him out a little bit, because here it goes again. Attacking that front side, just being that enforcer over to the attacking side, trying to break that rotation before DePaul even begins to approach. It's a great play style, but this is where things started to break apart. Marquette, once they get that ball forward, they don't like to give it away. They don't seem to kind of let go of that lockjaw in a sense up to the attacking side, but here we go again. Ops kind of proving that theory, just keeping the ball forward. Karma Juni knocking it forward. There goes the rotation from JFG. Ball still in the weird position. As now DePaul, they're running out of boost. There goes Ops. Ooh, has to knock it up. Nito Burrito hits the roof. Ops, JFG going up for the same ball. That's awkward, but JFG still keeps it forward. 30 seconds left. Marquette might be looking for the nail in the coffin for the set.
They are definitely indeed. They've got all that aggression going on, but the problem is they're lacking communication. They're not talking to each other. We're seeing these double commits come on out, and well, passes, hits downfield like that, not finding a teammate. Oops, they're very far wide out.
No way.
We're going to game 5.
We cannot be. 10 seconds left in this game, and there you go. It might have been going against their favor. Marquette attacking again and again and again, just trying to break that rotation. But it seems like DePaul, they have changed up their rotation. They have kind of disciplined themselves, at least, you know, a little bit battle scarred in a sense, trying to keep things fundamental. And I mean, it just works. They find a singular opportunity downfield, and it's going to equate into a game. Somehow, Marquette has been taken to a game 5 against DePaul University. Can this happen?
We'll just have to wait and watch here, Upmind, as that is all we can do. This is playing out live, and well, upsets are happening on your screens there at home. Marquette, coming into this series, had not lost even a single game. So DePaul, who just lost the previous series, and whilst being somewhat close, you'd thought like their mental coming into this series would be harsh. They are literally getting work done, and may we remind you, are one win away from the oh so beautiful, oh so succulent reverse sweep.
Oh, you'll love to see that. I mean, man, oh man, especially after that set one that we saw a little bit earlier. I mean, this is at least the last 2 games, because the first 2 games it was completely Marquette. DePaul barely had any chances in terms of attacks. They were able to keep it a little bit close near the end of the games, but even then Marquette just kept things fundamental in the first 2 games. But DePaul, something changed. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but man, oh man, they look a lot better.
They do indeed. We hop on into game 5, the last one of this series, and it will be one win to rule them all right now. Will DePaul be able to finish it off, or Marquette turn around and throw their opponents into the fiery depths of loss? 5 minutes up on the clock, and let's just see how this one unravels itself, because this is a tale, it's a story to remember.
Let's see if it goes down, however, because the ball does go back. Karma Juni on the front end. Op's going to be able to stop it. O-Fish keeping the ball rolling. Good hold, at least, from this DePaul side. But here we go again. Rumble with an opportunity, but O-Fish, he's not exactly going to trust the work from Rumble on the front end in terms of the fight. But that's at least something. We see a glimpse of hope in the first minute of this game, because this is something that DePaul not exactly have been able to do in the first few minutes of games. Just keep it scoreless. Keep it 0-0. No way. Ooh.
Saves coming through. Orbs pulling out massive work, but here comes the second barrage. Karma Juni taking up. Ooh, what a bump to get that away. Nito Burrito looking to just get that down to ground, trying to outthink his opponents, but unfortunately was a little bit too readable. Teammates going to be able to save the day. What a shot. Put center, but Nita Brito a little bit too far back. Not expecting it to be so shallow to net. Attack will continue though. JFG up to center, but not a teammate to be found. They needed boost. They needed to stay back in the midfield. And safety right now, when you think one goal can be all she wrote in a series like this, you've got to play that safe card.
See if the attack can continue, however. Need a burrito on the front end. Gonna get a little bit cleared from Karma Juni. Rumble trying to continue. Great pass from O-Fish. Karma Juni has to make some magic alone in this corner, but he actually sauces it back towards O-Fish. And that actually forces off the rotation. That was a double commit over towards the post. But Rumble not able to recollect. There you go. DePaul breaking on through, and they have yet another opportunity. Great pinch from O-Fish. Rumble, he's been on this front end, somehow gets the tip of his car on that ball. Off the contest in the corner. Here we go again. Full boost. O-Fish just trying to drag it on forward, and wow, he does. Still fighting on through. Doesn't have any boost near the end. Half of the game has passed by, and it's been all DePaul.
Clearly, solo plays are not going to get you the goal in this game 5. You have to work as a team in unison, in sync. Slight whiff, maybe even a fake thrown on out there. All lingering in front of that orange net. Well, Marquette do get that out and away, and DePaul in defense gonna have to scramble towards this one. 50-50's coming out left, right, and center. No one looking entirely comfortable as that first goal still yet to be found.
Completely scoreless thus far, but that might be the catalyst. O-Fish with a demo, and yes, it is! If the score stays the same, ladies and gentlemen, Marquette will take their first loss of the season. Unbelievable from DePaul, because Karma Juni just capitalizes in that mid-air 1v1 off the demo from O-Fish. And with 1:50 left, DePaul, they can park the bus for all they care. Marquette, they have to fight for at least this tie.
The problem is right now, DePaul, when they park the bus, when they go defensive, that is when they look weakest. And Marquette, where they've looked strongest, is that attack, and they are throwing everything at them. Look at that, not going to be able to get its way through. Rumble, good idea, trying to set that pass on up for Karma Juni. He's looking to get that back to center, repay the favor, but no one to receive it. He'll have to go back to midfield. That's going to be a loose, weak ball, and Karma just trying to buy time. Bumped out, ball down towards the DePaul end. And you can see Marquette looking to gain that ground, put the pressure on, and lock it into the blue half.
Minute left. Counterattack coming in. Here comes Karma Juni up to O-Fish. Gonna be contested. A little bit of a demo to at least reset. Midfield play hasn't exactly been the best for Marquette in this game thus far. Leaving out a lot of space, and simply the rotations in the back line just haven't been solid. There's always been at least one player from DePaul University on that attacking side, just keeping up that pressure. Just trying to break away that rotation, keeping up those boosts. No. And man, oh man, even the counterattacks are beautiful, because like I mentioned before, Rumble already on the front side collects a pass from Karma Juni. Karma Juni to O-Fish. 30 seconds left in this game. DePaul is up 2-0. Where did this come from, Digital Bacon? Because I have no clue.
It is all Karma Juni really stepping it up. Definitely here in game 5. We saw Rumble earlier pick it up. The Karma Juni's turn to shine is now 20 seconds left. Big play downfield, trying to gain that ground. The follow-ups have to come through. Good hit from Rumble. Orps looking for the back right post. Not going to be able to find it. Karma Juni sticking true to the statement of MVP. And with that, we're out of time. There is no possible way. Ball hits ground any second now, and we have got the upset we could only dream of.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. DePaul University, after going down to Xavier, who actually lost out earlier this week to Georgetown in a 3-2 fashion, if I'm not mistaken. Even DePaul can bounce back, because, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end. That is the end of our game. That is the end of our series. DePaul,
the best of 7?
I would love a best of 7 between these two, but maybe maybe that's what playoffs is all about.
True. And maybe even revenge at that point, because I'm sure Marquette right
Oh
now
my
here
God.
up mind are absolutely fuming. They are going to be, well, looking to probably stick a
Probably.
dagger in the back of DePaul right now, as they're not finished. I reckon we're going to see
Certainly
a
not.
beautiful rivalry here.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. It should be great going towards the end of the season. And I mean, Marquette's first week, too. I mean, Marquette faced off against both Providence and St. John's. These two teams, I mean, St. John's and Providence, they seem to be some teams that are currently developing at the moment. And Marquette, I mean, they took full advantage. That's for sure. There were high-scoring games, and they were able to have quite the showcase in week one. But they have their first real challenge in terms of top 5 competitors in this season. And DePaul, they knocked them down a peg. Marquette was up 2-0, confidence up in the air, like, oh yeah, man, we're gonna do it again. We're about a 3-0. Our win-loss difference is about to be 9. But no. DePaul has done it. They pull off the reverse 3-0 over Marquette, and I really don't know where DePaul's heads are gonna be at going forward, because they did suffer a very debilitating loss to Xavier earlier today, but they at least have some sort of glory to look up to.
Definitely they do. And well, DePaul next week will be looking at taking down St. John's as well as Villanova. So of course going to be very tasty games there. Our opponents tonight, Xavier, will be looking to take on Marquette, which I'm just going to say it's going to be an interesting one, because you could be looking right now at maybe like a top 3, top 4 little clash. You know, if Xavier take down Marquette, then you've got like a triangle forming, you know, and those are fantastic to see, you know, almost a rock, paper, scissors of teams. So, of course, guys, keep your eyes to everything league related and, of course, everything EGF related. And for that, Upmind, where should they be looking?
Absolutely. You can find EGF on Twitter at official EGF. And of course, wherever you guys are watching, whether it be Mixer, Facebook, Twitch, please make sure to follow official EGF on all of those video platforms. And of course, we also do high school action whenever that would end up coming back. You can catch that up on Twitch, official EGF2. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you guys enjoyed our commentary, you can find myself on Twitter. Hell, I'm going to be live commentating. I mentioned Counter-Strike earlier in the set. I'm going to be commentating Counter-Strike in just about half an hour for Fragadelphia. You can catch that. You can catch info on that on Twitter at @upmind_. And of course, Digital Bacon, we can find you at DigitalBacon1. What are you up to nowadays, my man?
For me at the moment, I have got way too much EU Rocket League going on. Swiss action going on. Currently got the Spring Series, RORS and RLCS teams looking to fight that on out. So that'll be coming up very soon over the next few weeks. So make sure just like go check it out. Like near enough 3-4 nights of the week, you'll be able to find some good Rocket League action.
Absolutely. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You know where to find us. You guys know where to find official EGF. Of course, this weekend, the official EGF channel is going to be packed with action. You guys are going to see action from, if I'm not mistaken, 4 different esports just this week. You're going to catch League of Legends come tomorrow. You're going to catch Rocket League and Super Smash Brothers come Saturday. And on Sunday, you can catch some more Rocket League for Collegiate Power Series action. And on Monday, we're going to continue with Overwatch. And Friday, Saturday, Monday, all part of the MAC Championships. Unfortunately, just a couple of weeks ago, we were supposed to hold that event in Atlantic City, New Jersey, but we've moved that over to the online series. And man, oh man, the teams are ready and raring to go. So you can catch all of that action here on the official EGF channel. I will take you guys through Rocket League and Smash action, and I'll actually be producing the League of Legends action. So, you know, have mercy on me come tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, please have a beautiful night. We will see you guys tomorrow right back on this official EGF channel. Thank you so much for watching.